Council of Kyle. It's been about a week, and unfortunately there hasn't been any response from Kyle Butler. In the meantime, Kyle Doppler has stepped in to join us. He is responding to my statement that atheism, the Big Bang, the globe Earth, and evolution are all different parts of the same narrative.
The Big Bang was first proposed by a Roman Catholic priest. It neither disproves nor proves God exists. Same with evolution. Lies about one thing don't prove truth in something else. If you want to prove the Earth is a certain shape, the burden of proof is on that claim. Let's say I'm agnostic on the shape of the Earth. What important decisions in my life would change by knowing for certain the shape? Or, what important conclusions are you making that rely on the Earth being flat? Maybe there's better alternative support for those conclusions.
Are you pointing at any lies in particular? Whether or not Christians believe in parts of the narrative, that doesn't mean it doesn't describe the atheist historical narrative. Decisions are entirely up to you. If you know the Earth is flat, you can still act like everyone else and just live life the same way, pretending like nothing's different.
You can't leave, Truman.
Please, God.
You belong here
You can do it.
with me. Talk to me.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
It's like the end of The Truman Show. After he learned that the world that he once believed in was a lie, he could have just turned around and said, okay, shrugged his shoulders and then just went on living life as normal. He didn't have to leave. We are all given the same choice. Once you learn the truth, you can either live life like nothing is different, or you can make a conscientious decision to live life differently.
Any of the lies you mentioned in the video. For example, broadcasting a fake moon landing does not prove a moon landing never happened. Objective facts do not rely on the minds of the observers nor historical narratives.
I described the moon landing as a lie. Do you agree that the moon landing didn't happen?
It doesn't matter, and one cannot prove a negative. Broadcasting a hoax of the moon landing doesn't prove it didn't happen simultaneously or some other time.
It doesn't matter if you agree or not. When it comes to getting to know you, I think it matters. I'm really interested in where you stand when it comes to the issues. Are you an atheist? Do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe the Earth is a globe? And do you believe in evolution? Those things shape our conversation.
The moon landing happening or not happening has no bearing on the shape of the Earth. Ethos can be a convincing rhetorical element, but it has no bearing on logical proofs concerning objective facts. It doesn't matter who the messenger is when presenting a geometric proof, the proof stands on its own. I'm not an atheist. The Big Bang Theory appears to be a very plausible event. I'm more convinced the Earth is closer to an ellipsoid or spheroid than flat. Theistic evolution may best describe where I stand on it. I believe science and religion are compatible and complementary.
Okay, science and religion are compatible. We've got some common ground there. The moon landing happening or not determines whether or not the claimed photos of the Earth from space are legitimate or not. The Earth can't be flat if their pictures are legitimate. Do you believe the moon landing happened?
I can fake a picture of a flat Earth. The Earth can't be round if the photo is legitimate. The illegitimacy of the photo proves nothing. Cherry-picking the worst arguments in favor of a globe Earth and disputing them doesn't prove the shape one way or another. My current belief is there were 6 events where humans landed of the moon. My belief that the Earth is round, not flat, does not depend on the human moon landings being true. Eratosthenes didn't use photography.
Are you saying the moon landing photos of the Earth could be legit and the Earth be flat?
No. There's a difference between necessary and sufficient conditions. A legit photo of the shape of Earth is sufficient to prove the shape of Earth. Earth's shape can be proven in other ways. A legit photo is not necessary to prove the shape of the Earth.
Okay, so if the photo is legit, it proves the Earth is a globe. If the photo is not legit, it does not prove the Earth is a globe. Do you agree?
Yes.
So the moon landings are relevant. And when we can prove that the Earth is flat, we can likewise prove that the moon landings were fake. Do you agree?
No, and no.
Care to expound on that? In what way do you claim the moon landing is irrelevant when we established proving the moon landing photos proves the Earth a globe? It's the same line of reasoning inversed. Proving the Earth is flat disproves the moon landing photos of the Earth as a globe.
The inverse is not necessarily true. Denying the antecedent.
Why wouldn't proving the Earth to be flat not prove the photos to be fakes?
You said landing before, not photos.
Do you agree that the entire launch trajectory, launching around the globe, was based on a globe? So long as that is their claim, proving the Earth flat should disprove the entire moon landing.
If a moon landing implies a globe, then yes, a flat Earth would mean the moon landings weren't real.
It sounds like we've resolved that then. You appear to have a lot of confidence in the US government. Are there any conspiracies out there that you believe in?
Don't confuse where I may agree with their interpretation of certain facts with a confidence in government. The biggest conspiracy is that government authority, powers or rights that no other individual or group possesses, is legitimate. Most notably, the power to tax.
But whether the Constitution really be one thing or another, this much is certain that it has either authorized such a government as we have had, or has been powerless to prevent it. In either case, it is unfit to exist.
How confident are you in the FDA when it comes to big pharma and things?
Zero confidence.
Where do you stand on 9/11?
Inside job, all real planes plus explosives in the towers, the most plausible explanation I've heard, that really follows the paper trail and live reporting, was from Ryan Dawson. Some of the wilder theories actually discount the evidence of the inside job.
Alright, it sounds like we've got quite a bit of common ground when it comes to how sick and twisted the US government is. So why are you giving NASA a free pass? Do you agree that the MK Ultra survivors testified saying that MK Ultra took place at NASA?
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino was there, and in essence they did a modified version of the hands-on mind control demonstrations that I was forced to participate in on the various military bases and NASA installations across this country.
Before she was NASA Institute.
The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, I hold directly responsible for her condition because it was they that was developing the programs under some Nazi scientists that were brought to this country under Project Paperclip.
You can watch more about that in this video here. What has you convinced that the moon landing happened?
I'm not giving NASA a pass. Nowhere have I said I rely on NASA for my conclusions. I'm not giving Flat Earth a pass either. If the Earth is flat, then it can be proven without regard to other people lying about different conclusions.
Do you acknowledge the MK Ultra witnesses?
Why does it matter?
If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to rock the boat and shatter whatever confidence you have in NASA. We both agree that taxation is theft. I should also hope that you agree that the US government should be taking our tax dollars to try and probe Uranus. Are you on board with me with the movement to abolish NASA?
Yes, abolish NASA. I thought we were past this since I posted the Spooner reference. Abolish the entire government.
Well, the thing is, while I distrust the government, I distrust the 1% even more, and I believe they need to be regulated. If we just abolish the government, then we're just letting them run free. It's not helpful, though, when the 1% is like puppeteering the government. This needs to be fixed somehow. Now here is Kyle Carpenter.
I have been claiming Earth-shape agnosticism for several years, since hearing the argument for the firmament's existence. I prefer that term for that position over flat Earth, because I can look out in my yard and see it's not flat. So I get the feeling that title was given to the community to imply they believe something everyone can personally see as absurd. As for how I lean in my agnostic stance, I lean heavily in favor of the existence of some kind of biblical described structure in the area above us beyond the gaseous atmosphere. I have had too many questions about the scientific law, defying functions of a spinning water, covered dirt ball in an endless vacuum of space to provide any logical reason. To say it makes sense without inserting some fuzzy logic, almost magical, science expert-endorsed claims and theories that all too often are supported with intelligence-mocking dismissal of questions about blind faith answers. Just because supposedly everyone knows, according to the spokesperson for everyone, more than that, the Bible is the one source of information that has never had any of its claims disproven, but quite to the contrary, the more it's researched and studied, and the more events in human history transpire and prophecies it claimed thousands of years ago would come to pass and have. It is the one and only source of info I trust 100%. On the other side is the secret Nazi scientists, who most of which are known Satanists and Luciferians, and the space organization, that's nickname, is the Never a Straight Answer Agency, that claims too many debunked, ridiculously obvious lies to list, and Elon, who wants to side with what he himself referred to as demons when discussing AI by brain chipping everyone, as well as mocks our intelligence by stating the Tesla they supposedly sent to Mars with a spaceman dummy in it is a factory model without any depths of space preparation. That we can know it's real because it looks so fake and openly laughs out loud at the very idea, so most likely liars be lying and Judgment Day is coming.
You considered pennies to be flat, right? You can zoom in on them and notice that they have texture, yet they're still considered flat.
My point about the term isn't that the Earth we are on isn't what you refer to as flat, but much as you just honed in on a technical flaws in the logic. Although it wasn't a flaw in mine, but a misunderstanding on your part in what I'm saying, still to the observer. It might appear as if you made a point, and then it requires me arguing that undisputed point, and just further confuses the mind of an undecided party. My dispute isn't with the shape. It's with the term and those that chose it. I believe they did so with malicious intent as controlled opposition. So those of us in the pro-firmament camp look wrong right from the label of the position before point 1 is even presented. Of all the names that could have been chosen, they picked one that makes the anti-globalist position look like fools. That would be like me identifying as an anti-flat father and calling my position globalist. It puts an inaccurate image in the mind of the observer, regardless how technically accurate it could arguably be seen.
I live in Utah where I'm surrounded by mountains. I totally hear you. Perhaps that's why Samuel Robotham entitled his book, Earth Not a Globe. Nonetheless, I'm satisfied with the penny explanation. I think that kind of explains things pretty quickly. This message has been brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science, with a shout out to our Flat Earth friends at jdecals.com. Please keep in mind, NASA has awarded $57 million in taxpayer dollars to build roads on the moon by the year 2030. To further confirm this, I found this right here on the NASA website. $57.2 million for roads we will never drive on, while the roads we drive on look like this. It's time to abolish NASA! Come on, guys. We can do this.
So, all right. And then one final thing. Kyle is a super nice guy, far as I can tell. And he comes with the highest recommendations from Mr. Sensible on his demeanor.